Hi, this is Terry Ensberg. Today's quote is, I would never have therapy because who wants to unravel all that knitting? I like this quote, and I think I know what it means. If you've ever been to therapy or just even tried to tell a friend about a difficult, complicated situation that you're in, it's like cleaning out a closet where you have to pull everything out, and that makes the room messier before it makes the closet neater. So you're pulling out all the details, telling them all the characters of the story, going over the problems, the conflicts, and everything. And there's emotional energy that goes into that. That is not a zero energy uh, activity. But I want to tell you three things, which this list is by no means comprehensive, and I am by no means a therapist, but this is my own personal opinion about three benefits of therapy. And and I think it's worth it if you need it. I don't think anyone should dismiss it out of hand as an option. So the first thing is that when something bad happens in your life, like the pandemic or the political situation or all of it on top of your own personal problems, it can bring up old traumas. So you're thinking, oh, I'm dealing with this, and then you can have a wave of grief or of sadness, which is not, which is depression, anxiety, that is from something that's happened before. The feelings in a situation like this can trigger re-experiencing of, a death of someone who you loved, or a bad time in your life. And sometimes that's really hard to deal with. Just the intensity of the emotions can be overwhelming. And I think therapy is really good for that. So that's number one. Number two is it's easy to fall into logical fallacies. And I'll give you an example. Maybe you lose your job and you tell yourself, oh my God, I'll never get another job. That's it for me. I can no longer work. I'm going to starve to death. You catastrophize because that's how it feels. If you're in therapy, the therapist will ground you and say, wait a minute, this is a very difficult thing you're going through, but is that premise true? Is the underlying reason for your panic actually reality? And they will walk you through reality testing so that you're not panicking more than you need to be. I mean, if you lose your job, that's a big problem, but it doesn't need to be a bigger problem than it really is. The third thing I want to mention is that therapy can help you through issues that are so complex that they are difficult to analyze. For example, if you're trying, amidst all of the information that we have and that changes all the time, you're trying to decide, should I eat in a restaurant? Should I fly on a plane? Should I visit people? And you're picking your way through this complicated question. A therapist can help you do that, not tell you what to do, but walk through the mental steps you're going through to try to decide what the best thing to do is. And I think one issue that comes up a lot currently, and that I experience as a married person, and other people I know, women especially, experience it with their husbands, but also kids with their old parents, grown kids with old parents, is how much control do you have over other people and the risks they take? How much control should you have? And why do you feel you need to have control? So it would be possible to torture yourself through this whole experience, trying to get other people to adhere to the rules you set for yourself in going through the pandemic. Like, I don't go into any stores but a grocery store, or I don't even eat on a restaurant patio, or I don't visit anybody. And those those issues of family members and friends trying to control each other, I think, are very sharp right now, and therapy is really helpful with that. Now, I want to say that I am in therapy with a psychologist because my husband has cancer, and I'm happy to say that he's doing extremely well. But when he was diagnosed soon after that, I thought I'm going to need all the help I can get going through this. So I was actually already in therapy before the pandemic came along. And that was a great blessing for me because I already had a relationship established with a psychologist when it hit. Um, I I have found it to be easier than it's ever been. In the pandemic, insurance companies are waiving copays. We have a phone conversation once a week. I don't have to leave my couch. I don't have to even get dressed. I can sit around in my nightgown and drink coffee for therapy. So even though there's still the emotional effort of pulling everything out of the closet, it on a practical level, it's almost effortless. There isn't an exchange of money. There isn't leaving the house, driving anywhere, walking into an office. All the things that could kind of make you nervous. Those just aren't present right now. So the barriers to therapy have never been lower, and the things that could make you need it have never been higher. And so if you're any of my grandchildren or descendants watching this, what I want you to take away from it is not everybody needs therapy, but that if you do, give it serious consideration. There is real value to it, real help in it. And it is, and there are things about yourself. You may think you understand yourself, but you don't completely. You may have a very good understanding of yourself, but there's still more help you can get. And I'll give you one example, something that my therapist kind of uncovered in me that I didn't realize. I had a parent with a bad temper, and my therapist pointed out that the atmosphere of a pandemic and the uncertainty, the unpredictability of it very much mimicked my childhood atmosphere. If you've ever been around somebody with a bad temper, you never know when they're going to lose their temper. And the pandemic is kind of similar to that in that we never know what's going to happen. Are things open? Are they closed? Can we go here? Can we go there? It's like walking on eggshells all the time. And that really helped me to know that, because then when I feel upset about that, excuse me, I have allergies, I know to question within myself, is this a realistic response to what's happening right now? Or is this an echo of past experiences that if I can place the reason for the feeling carefully, then I know maybe my emotional reaction is exaggerated because of my past experiences, and maybe I don't need to take that level of whatever the feeling is that seriously. It gives me perspective, is what I'm trying to say. And perspective in big societal problems is really helpful and important. So thank you for listening to me. Talk to you later. Bye.